Hey podcast listeners, it's Gfire. Today we are featuring singer-songwriter Nagavalli from right here in Austin, Texas. But before we get into it, I wanted to let you know I have put out a fantastic EP called Choosing My Own Colors on hot pink vinyl. The 5-song all-original album is available for purchase on my website, gfiremusic.com. That's GFIREMUSIC.com. You can also stream Choosing My Own Colors on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever you get your favorite tunes. Now here's the podcast. Hey, we got it going on.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Nagavalli. First time in my studio. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here today.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. It's taken us a couple years to make it happen.
I know.
But, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, thank you for having me here today and for not giving up on me last time when we couldn't make it.
It just happens. Sometimes schedules take a while to line up. So, all right, getting into these questions, where are you originally from?
I grew up in Mumbai, India, all my life. And then, at some point came to the U.S. for education, for grad school.
Really? What did you get your degree in?
I came in for a PhD in physics, but I didn't stay in the department for more than a year. And then I just jumped to the business school there, got a master's and got out.
Wow.
Yeah, I realized I didn't want to spend my life as a physicist. My father my late father was a professor of physics back in India.
Wow. I've been to India once.
Oh, wow. Where to?
I went to Goa.
Oh, beautiful. I have not been to Goa yet. I hope to go back and go there someday.
It's lovely. I went to party. I went to the raves. I was a rave DJ, and I liked the psytrance thing. So I actually landed in Mumbai, and then we took like a short plane to Anjuna, I think it is.
Okay.
I think it's Anjuna.
Okay, not familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I may have gotten that wrong. It's been a couple years since I was there, but yeah. So I've seen India.
That's beautiful. So thrilled to know that. I think I grew up a little more conservatively to where when I was in India, I wouldn't have been allowed probably to go to Goa to a rave. But, maybe later in life I could have tried, and I would go at least see Goa. I'm not so sure about the rave, but I would love to go see Goa. Yeah.
It's pretty to just go there, go to the beach, just hang out. And when it's in the nice season, there's no rain. The temperatures were like 80 during the day and 70 at night. It was beautiful. And all these restaurants with the outdoor naan grills. It was marvelous.
Yeah.
And then we were also talking because you said you did a meditation CD, and so did I.
Yeah.
And mine is in Gurmukhi, which is a Hindi dialect. And yours is it in...
It was. I did some chants in Sanskrit and Sanskrit, and then several compositions by these ancient saints like Mirabai and Kabir Das. And the way I did it was this continuum of music, like 45 minutes long, where I tied in these chants and the bhajans with instrumental music. Yeah.
And did you use traditional instruments on that album, like harmonium and I guess sitar?
Yeah,
tabla.
Pandit Indrajit Banerjee played on that from Austin, right here from Austin.
Nice.
He's a master. He played sitar. I had kanjira and some tabla. And then I had an overlay of Western instruments with keys. And we had Gary Newcomb play the pedal steel on that. And keys were from Stefano in Telesano. And so we kind of did that East-West mix through the instrumentation, while I really kept the vocals and the compositions, the melody is very traditional on this album.
So that was the second album. And then the song you brought in today is from your third album,
Yes.
which is, when is it coming out?
Oh, I
It's already
released
out.
this, yeah.
Okay, it's out.
Yeah.
Just check it out.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So you came here for grad school, and then you just stayed for the music?
And made Austin home. Yeah, I mean, I basically kind of got out of that PhD program because, I mean, always very center of my heart and mind was that I wanted to pursue music. Coming to the US, I didn't know how and what form it would take. So when I was applying for work, I knew that Austin was a music town without any idea of how that manifests, what kind of venues, etc. But that was enough for me to just chuck everything else and like just show up. And it was its own journey from there.
Now, did you get a green card for studying and you were able to continue that?
I was on a student visa, then I was on a work visa, then I got a green card, and I'm a naturalized citizen now.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, Austin has pretty much been home for most of my adult life.
Nice. Yeah, I won't ask. Well, you've been here a while, right?
I've been here a moment, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. And so your sound, I think it's described as Eastern soul. So you kind of mix different elements of the East and the West?
Yes, a lot of kind of the Indian music elements that I draw come from like classical and some more semi-classical contemporary Indian sound. I tend to write in English when it comes to lyrics. And initially when I wanted to sing out here in Austin, the first couple of songs I wrote, I was trying to force it to sound kind of Western without the Indian nuance, and it just didn't make sense to not be just authentically doing what comes naturally and what I truly wanted to write. And so I started writing this blend of East-West and kind of really bringing in the elements from both sides. I do it intuitively. I don't try to intellectualize kind of the fusion, so I try to do whatever comes and feels natural.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, when I was listening to the song you brought in, which we'll talk about in a little bit here, I was like, yeah, she's throwing in those cool classical Indian trills, that I never learned those trills. They always sound really cool to me because it's very exotic and, interesting vocally. And you've got a really strong, powerful voice.
Thank you.
Did you ever take lessons, or you just kind of naturally have it?
I mean, some of it I just have to believe is just God-given. But yes, of course, I trained in Indian classical music, even though I don't pursue classical music much anymore.
Right.
But I definitely have quite a foundation in Indian classical music, both the northern and South Indian styles of music. I do draw more from the North Indian style when I'm kind of writing the music that I do right now.
More of North, and then Mumbai, though, is in South, right? Kind of just West. Yeah, okay. Because I guess when I went to Goa, it was south of there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
I do speak a language from down south because my folks are from Andhra Pradesh. It's another state in South India.
Yes.
So I speak Telugu at home. Yeah.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, but when you study classical vocals, Indian vocals, that's in Sanskrit?
Hindustani style is mostly in, Hindi and, Devanagari script. And the South Indian style, they have many saints that have written in Carnatic music, compositions that are sung in Carnatic music, which is the South Indian style of classical music. And those compositions, I've learned several in Telugu and Tamil and other South Indian languages.
That's impressive. That's really cool. So, yeah, you come from a very studious background, as do I. I just like to study music. It's fun.
Yeah.
So you get that.
I've not done that in a long time, but at this point in life, I'm also looking to kind of go back and revise, learn more about, of classical music. So I'm hoping that avenue opens up for me again.
You seem to be making stuff happen, so I think you're doing a great job. I was very impressed that you sold out the State Theater like twice, right? 3 times. Wow. Any comments on how you got to that point where you could really, it's like 300 seats, right?
Yeah, I played at the One World Theater in 2019, the year before the pandemic. That was kind of my first, honestly, leap of faith.
Yes.
I felt that space would allow me to kind of show the breadth of music that I do. I could bring in, the sitar player. I could bring in some artists to collaborate with that I was interested in doing. And it was definitely a leap of faith and honestly nerve-wracking. Okay. To put that show up in the One World Theater, and I did really well there. I sold that and then out, and then the pandemic happened, so there was nothing for a while other than at some point you start writing some music at home. I started working on that next album, was doing some live streaming, but it was definitely difficult to have that moment at One World and then hit these several years and kind of not be able to build on it, right? So coming out of the pandemic, I had Numinosum, the 3rd album, and so I decided to just go at it again and play at the stateside. It takes work. It takes work to sell that show. It doesn't come easy,
right?
But it's because I produce it, I'm bringing in other artists to present or collaborate with me, and then I'm doing my own music, and
it's just a lot of work.
Sell
basically.
Tickets, just everything, right? You do a lot of things as an independent artist, wear a lot of hats. But the joy of being on that stage and performing with all these musicians who equally deserve to be there, and being able to also have the opportunity to present other artists with you. It's the whole thing is very rewarding,
worth it.
Yeah, and that kind of a space, I am also able to pull in kind of a mixed audience, pull in folks from the South Asian community, pull in folks from other communities who may or may not necessarily go to another venue I play at, right? So it's just a beautiful experience. It's a lot of work, but at the end of it always feels like that felt good to the heart and soul, and it was worth the effort. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the track you brought in called "I See You." Tell me a little bit about it.
I wrote that song from the perspective of how sometimes we, through whatever perhaps not so positive or negative experiences that we have had, are so hurt that, or traumatized in some ways, that we do things to keep ourselves under the radar. And sometimes maybe are actively trying not to be seen, not to be heard. And it's a dichotomy in that, because at some level everybody wants to be seen, wants to be heard, validated, acknowledged, wants to belong. And yet on the same side, on the other side, you are afraid to be seen. So that song is saying, that you're speaking in a whisper, wanting to be heard.
Right.
Counting all the reasons, should you hide or would you shine? Kind of saying that you're already, so worth it, that if you just allow yourself, you will shine. But, you're still afraid. You're kind of still standing behind this veil that folks on the other, it's transparent, folks, or translucent, folks on the other side can still see you, but you're still kind of trying to hide. You can't make up your mind which way you want to be. So it's really calling on you to allow yourself to be seen, allow yourself to be heard. And, perhaps I'm encouraging somebody that, that I see you, I hear you through all the walls that surround you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, this is where I'll say let's have our listeners listen to the song, I See You.
Staying behind a curtain, it's only sheer. Can't make up your mind. Are you here or are you there? I see you. I hear you. I know you. Through all the walls that surround you. Speaking in a whisper, wanting to be heard, counting all your reasons. Should you hide or would you shine? I see you. I hear you. I know you. Through all the walls that surround you.
Yeah, I love the mixture of your powerful vocals. Now, did you use some Eastern and some Western instruments on this track?
Yes,
Okay.
we have the sitar
Mhm.
on there.
Thought so.
Pandit Indrajit Banerjee, and then Jason Mackenzie played the Indian frame drum, kanjira, which is usually used in in South Indian classical music.
Right.
And Jason
I
is
used Jason
trained-
on a track.
He's trained in that, so that's one of my favorite percussion instruments because it's this tiny little drum and the power it has. So, other than the bass, of course, the entire percussive part of that song is driven with that one little,
Tiny drum.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
hand drum.
Yeah. I think he spent 2 or 3 years right over in India, training on all kinds of Indian percussion. Because I used him for tabla in one of my songs.
Yeah.
Did a great job. You couldn't even tell he was just a white dude.
I've had Jason play with me at the One World Theatre. He's played at the Stateside as well, and in other settings too. Yeah.
That's great. All right, let's get into some of your career highlights. Well, it seems like you've already mentioned you sold out One World, you sold out Stateside 3 times. Don't you do some work with some high-end music people, right, for Austin?
I'm involved in music advocacy, music and arts advocacy.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what you're referring to. I chair the Music Commission right now.
Okay, that's probably what I've read. I get so many of these emails that it's a little bit hard to differentiate between ATX Musicians, Music Commission, State of Austin Music. There's so many different agencies, and I was like, I know Nagavalli is on one of these.
Yeah, so the Music Commission, it's a civic nomination, it's a civic appointment. And every district, there are several boards and commissions in the city.
Okay.
And every council member, so we have 10 districts in Austin, and every council member appoints a board or a commission member.
Okay.
So similarly with the Music Commission, there are 10 appointments from the council districts, and then there is 1 appointment from the mayor. So I'm on the Music Commission, and I've been chairing it for the last 2 years, and I just got re-elected by the commission to chair it another term. And I also represent the mayor on the Arts Commission, so I'm basically working on 2 commissions. These are just voluntary positions, nominations from the council member or the honorable mayor, and the goal for these commissions is to advise government on policy and how the city government can positively bring resources to the arts and music communities, how they can build policy that is productive and useful to build the music ecosystem or the arts ecosystem in Austin.
Well, thank you for your service. That's great.
Thank you. And just while we're talking about some of the advocacy work, I also chair the board of a non-profit called EQ Austin. That is where I think we're setting it in the context of organizations like ATXM and other non-profit organizations, and that's also a voluntary position. The mission for EQ Austin is genre diversity within the commercial music industry. So we work with public, private, and other non-profit entities towards that goal.
It sounds great. Those are great sort of volunteer activities. And then how about just some musical highlights? Is there anything we haven't talked about yet?
Well, I'm working on a new album right now.
Right.
Yeah, so I hope to release some singles this year and release the album early next year. It'll still be this Eastern Soul mix that I do.
Right.
But I'm looking to build on what I've done in the past. Probably not identical or in compositions or anything like that, but just looking to see what the next round of evolution, musical evolution, looks like.
Sounds good. You already have songs written?
Some.
Okay. That's sort of where I'm at, but Did you get one of those City of Austin live music grants? Did you get one of those?
I did.
Me too, yeah.
That one I had applied as a promoter, as an independent promoter.
Okay.
So that is the grant that I'm for the first time this year. The prior shows were, of course, I was doing those independently, but this year the show that I did at the stateside, presenting my music, and I think there were 9 other artists from various genres.
Right.
Yeah. So I used the Live Music Fund for that. I'm presenting a showcase this month, actually next Thursday, May 22nd at Antone's for the AAPI Heritage Month.
Oh, nice.
Showcasing Asian American musicians right here from Austin.
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody I know?
We have Lara Price, who sings blues, Cassie Estella, an emerging artist, and then AZXO with a full band. I'm playing, and then Felt Out, Soumya Rao, one of the lead singers who's Indian origin, and yes, I mean it's everyone from emerging artists to folks who have played in the city for a longer time. I think Felt Out has been on the cover of Chronicle, I believe at some point. Laura Price, she just released her 8th or 9th album.
Ooh.
So she has been at it
a while,
and she's done a lot of work. So I'm really looking forward to it, and love to invite you to attend the show.
Sure, sounds good. I have to look at my busy schedule, but no, it sounds great. I'd love to come, hear y'all play.
So that's what I'm doing with the Live Music Fund, and
right.
then I think when I released the album, I had a city proclamation for Nagavalli Day on February 11th, I think 3 years back. Yeah.
So you had your own day.
Yeah, it's sweet.
That's awesome. So those are pretty good highlights. Do you have any fun stories about anything that happened that was kind of funny or interesting, or road stories? Do you mostly play here in Austin? Do you go travel
play here?
I
was going quite a bit to California.
Oh, wow.
To the Bay Area, and my goal this year and here on is to take some of my music back to my homeland and to my to Mumbai. Really, it's very deep in my heart to want to kind of reconnect back to my home country with my music. So that is something that I'm really hoping to do with my next album.
All right, then your parents can come.
My mom's
your mom. I'm sorry, your dad has passed. So yes.
Yes. And my mom. No worries at all. My dad. I did play my last album I was recording because that took a while to my father. So he heard all of it, and
nice.
Yeah, and my mom's actually just moved in here with me.
Oh, your mom's living here in Austin.
She just moved, yeah. She's 81 years old, and it was, especially during the pandemic, it was getting scary to let her be by herself in Mumbai. So, we tried to bring her over here, and she's staying with me right now.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That brings it all literally back home. So, I'm curious, though, how did you connect with the Bay Area? Did you used to live there, or do you have friends there?
Friends.
Just
in music,
friends
in music,
right.
And also in the Kirtan world. Yeah.
Right, the Kirtan community.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of those, mostly when I was studying Kundalini Yoga.
Mm.
I went to a couple of the Kirtans here. Have you been to any here in Austin?
I think
maybe
just 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
I
I
need to kind of explore that more here, because it's one of those things where kirtan and bhajan is just, it almost comes very naturally to me. I mean, I would want to say that everything that I write comes naturally to me, which is probably true, but kirtan is like, I mean, that is something I grew up with. It's just so much a part of me and my soul, you know.
Yeah.
And so no matter, like, you know, what else I do with the band or writing in English and all those things, it's something that I kind of always keep wanting to connect back to. A lot of times, even in my albums, I will at least introduce one composition that is essentially a bhajan or a Ganesha invocation when I'm starting the album. This time, I think in Numinosum, there is Sant Eknath bhajan, and then there is, I started the one with a Devi chant, right? Aigiri Nandini is a very traditional chant.
So each of your albums at least has one track that is...
One or two tracks that
that's,
are very much based in that spirituality.
So you're a very spiritual person.
Well, one would aspire to be, right? At least.
Yes. Not everybody does, but, you know...
I mean, part of it is, I think, just naturally whatever's ingrained in you through how you grew up and culture. So I can't claim to be this way or that way when it comes to spirituality, but I feel that has, you know, just some kind of a movement towards a higher consciousness has to, well, don't even want to say has to. It's, for me, I feel like that at least has to, for me, it has to be an aspiration, you know, to keep that always in mind in everything that you're doing.
So you don't have any angry love songs like I do, so...
I do have
a couple of
existential stuff. Actually, some of the stuff I wrote, I mean, in a lot of ways, there are songs like Fear and Clarity and Runaway. A lot of those feel pretty existential to me. They're not angry. They are introspective and retrospective in ways, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. They're not angry. I've not written angry songs, no. But I think music, and even beyond music and in life, I think it's, for me, I want to have some movement or awareness of wanting to move towards a higher consciousness as part of everything that I do. You know, I'm not the one to measure or try to decide how successful or not I am in that endeavor, right? But I think I want that to be, you know,
at the center
at the center of everything that I do.
That's admirable.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I think, I don't know, at least like yoga comes from India, you know, and anybody that's into yoga kind of is part of that space as well.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not that much into you know, a lot of the physical aspects of yoga, which I feel like I really need to get more into it. But yoga is like that and so much more than that, right? It's just a body, mind, soul thing,
right?
And I think folks who kind of have the right teacher and fully embrace that, I think, can find pathways towards a higher consciousness.
Are you religious or just spiritual, or how do you?
I'm not very religious. I did not grow up at home with a lot of ritual religious things. We did once a year sat down as a family and prayed to Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, you know, on his birthday. Then, you know, we celebrated all festivals. I went through school reading the Mahabharata, reading the Ramayana. I went to classes learning how to chant. But at home, we were not very ritualistic.
Okay.
So I didn't kind of learn a lot of like the very traditional rituals. And so I didn't kind of grow up in a very religious family, but my mom did some rituals. My dad never went to the temple, but said that he believed in God. And that's the thing about how I was taught Hinduism, is you can pretty much choose how you want to be. and it's more of a way of life, you know. So there was nothing prescribed per se.
That sounds pretty cool to me. So it's not banging your head.
Yeah. But
something.
Sometimes now I like going to the temple and just sitting in that space because I think it has a different energy. And with the busyness of life and everything that we do, I think finding a temple or, you know, for other religions, their spaces, I think there's beauty to that. In being in that space and being in that energy space.
And where is there like a Hindi temple in Austin?
There are a couple of them. There was the Radha Madhav Dham way down south from a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Austin Hindu temple around Decker Lane.
Mm-hmm.
I think 78724 zip code.
Mm-hmm.
There is a Hindu temple or a Sai Baba temple up north in Cedar Park. And I know that there are several others. There is, I believe, a small, I don't know how small or large or small, honestly, but there is a community of Hare Krishna ISKCON folks, I believe, in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
So there are these different pockets and some, you know, larger temples here. Yeah.
Very interesting. I didn't know all about that. Do you have any other plugs? Like, I mean, are you on the social media a lot or not so much? Or how do you keep your fan base engaged? Do you have a newsletter? What?
Yeah, I mean, it's through my newsletter. I use social media, definitely. More and more, I have a certain inclination to not put too much. I've never quite put much personal stuff, I guess, on social media.
Okay.
And I just value just human to human connection so much more. You know, but definitely, of course, when I want to let people know about my music and or shows, or if I'm even promoting somebody else's show or album or something, social media seems to be one of the best ways to do that. So that's where, if I have a show coming up or new music, it's either Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Do you use TikTok?
A little bit. I've not completely gotten into it. Yeah.
But mostly Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yeah.
And are you at Nagavalli?
Nagavalli.com. Instagram is Nagavalli Music.
Mm-hmm. Same
with YouTube. Probably the same with TikTok. I got to double check on that. Yeah.
So all that. Well, are there any other things that you'd like to bring up here that I didn't ask you?
I think my music, I mean, I think you've kind of spoken about it. If you want to know anything more about the music funds, the government grants, this, that, if you want to cover any of that, but not necessary.
Yeah.
But I
like to focus on the actual song. You know, it's like, there's always like one song usually at the focus of each interview.
That's great.
And you gave such a great backstory on it, and then just your overall aiming for, you know, that spiritual basis in all of your songs. And I think that's great.
Thank you.
All right. Everybody follow Nagavalli, Nagavalli Music on IG, and probably the same on YouTube and Facebook, but we're not quite sure about TikTok. Well, I'm really glad we finally got to do this.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
It's always so nice to just sit back and just have a long form conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I do this.
Let's get deeper. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.